The old pickup truck rattled into the courthouse parking lot with a sound that turned heads. Rust covered its doors, one headlight was cracked, and the faded paint looked like it had survived 100 storms. As people stepped out of luxury cars and polished SUVs, one man climbed out of that truck carrying nothing but a worn leather folder and years of silent pain. What happened next would leave everyone standing in that parking lot speechless. Before we begin, if you believe kindness deserves a second chance and that people should never be judged by appearances, please take a moment to like this video, comment where you're watching from, share this story with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to Beyond Single Dad for more powerful and inspiring stories. The morning sun shined brightly over the city courthouse as Everett Hayes stood beside his truck and stared at the building ahead. The final custody hearing would take place in less than an hour. For 3 years, he had fought to remain a constant presence in his daughter's life. 3 years of legal paperwork, sleepless nights, and sacrifices nobody ever saw. Most people only saw the truck. They never saw the father who woke before dawn every day to make breakfast for his little girl. They never saw the men who skipped meals so she could attend dance classes. They never saw the tears he hid after putting her to bed. They only saw the truck. Across the parking lot, his ex-wife, Vanessa Sterling, stepped out of a luxury sedan. Dressed in expensive designer clothing, she looked successful and confident. Beside her stood her wealthy new husband, Trevor, a real estate developer known for displaying his fortune wherever he went. The moment Vanessa spotted Everett's truck, a smile spread across her face. It wasn't a smile of happiness. It was the smile of someone convinced they had already won. Everett looked away. He had grown used to being underestimated. Years earlier, Everett and Vanessa had started with nothing. They rented a tiny apartment and dreamed together about building a future. Everett worked long hours as a mechanic while Vanessa pursued opportunities in marketing. Over time, success came, but not equally. As Vanessa climbed higher into a world of wealth and status, she began seeing Everett as an obstacle rather than a partner. His grease-stained hands embarrassed her. His simple lifestyle frustrated her. Eventually, the marriage collapsed under the weight of pride and resentment. When the divorce was finalized, Everett lost more than his marriage. He lost his home. He lost most of his savings. And worst of all, he nearly lost daily access to his daughter, Harper. Harper was the reason he kept going. At 8 years old, she possessed a kindness that reminded him of everything good in the world. Every drawing she made, every hug she gave, every bedtime story they shared became fuel for his determination. So while everyone believed he was struggling, Everett was quietly building something. Very quietly. Months after the divorce, he had noticed a problem in the transportation industry while working on commercial vehicles. Companies were losing millions due to outdated maintenance systems. While others ignored it, Everett spent countless nights researching solutions. After Harper fell asleep, he worked. When others relaxed, he studied. When people laughed at his dreams, he kept moving. Eventually, he developed a logistics software platform capable of predicting vehicle failures before they happened. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't flashy. But it worked. The first company that tested it saved hundreds of thousands of dollars. The second signed a larger contract. Then came national partnerships. Then international ones. Within 3 years, Everett's company became one of the fastest-growing transportation technology firms in the country. But almost nobody knew. Because Everett never changed his lifestyle. He still drove the same truck. He still lived modestly. And he still focused on Harper above everything else. As the custody hearing approached, the courthouse parking lot grew busier. Lawyers hurried across the pavement. Families gathered near the entrance. Then something unusual happened. A distant roar echoed across the sky. People stopped walking. Heads turned upward. The sound grew louder. Far beyond the courthouse, a sleek private jet descended toward the nearby executive airport. Nobody thought much of it at first. Until several black vehicles entered the parking lot moments later. Executives stepped out. Investors followed. A group of sharply dressed professionals began walking directly toward Everett. Confusion spread through the crowd. Vanessa's confident expression slowly faded. Everett greeted the group warmly. One executive shook his hand with genuine respect. Another handed him documents. A third congratulated him on the acquisition. Only then did whispers begin spreading through the parking lot. The transportation software company that had recently sold for hundreds of millions of dollars belonged to Everett Hayes. The same man standing beside the rusty truck. The same man people had spent years judging. The same father everyone assumed had failed. Vanessa stared in disbelief. The private jet that had landed minutes earlier wasn't carrying celebrities or politicians. It had arrived for Everett. Yet what happened next revealed something even more powerful than wealth. When Harper arrived with a court-appointed counselor, she ran straight past the luxury cars, expensive suits, and impressed investors. She ran directly into her father's arms. The smile on Everett's face in that moment was worth more than every dollar he had earned. Because money had never been the goal. Being present for Harper had always been the goal. Inside the courtroom, the judge reviewed years of records. Teachers praised Everett's involvement. Counselors highlighted his stability. Witnesses described a father who consistently placed his daughter first. By the end of the hearing, the decision was clear. Everett was awarded primary custody. Not because he was rich. Not because he owned a company. Not because a private jet had landed. But because he had proven something far more important. Character matters when nobody is watching. As father and daughter walked out of the courthouse hand in hand, the afternoon sunlight painted long shadows across the pavement. The investors waited nearby. Luxury vehicles stood ready. Opportunities stretched endlessly before him. Yet Everett walked toward the same old truck. Harper laughed as he opened the passenger door for her. The truck started with its familiar rumble. And together, they drove away. Not because they had to. But because Everett never forgot where he came from. Before we finish, if this story touched your heart, please like the video, leave a comment, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that true worth cannot be measured by appearances. Special request, comment below, character over circumstances, if you believe a person's heart matters more than their possessions. As the old truck disappeared into the distance, one lesson remained clear for everyone who witnessed that unforgettable day. People may laugh at your struggles, doubt your journey, and judge what they see on the outside. But persistence, humility, and love have a way of revealing the truth at exactly the right moment. And sometimes, the greatest victory isn't proving others wrong, it's staying true to who you are while life quietly proves you right.